and they were more educated compared to province 2. Province 2 means maximum violence was seen in province 2, but less complaints were done in province 2 because the victim themselves were not aware of their rights, and the violence that was occurring to them were like, okay, because I am this is supposed to happen to me भन्ने चाहिँ त्यस्तो खाले सोचाइ र सोसाइटीमा चाहिँ प्रोभिन्स 2 भएको भएर चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ लिस्ट complaints were seen, right? Even among the educated people also, if they were going through the violence, they didn't complain at all. त्यसरी नै 66% of women who have experienced any type of physical or sexual violence have not sought any help. भनेपछि 66% females ले चाहिँ कुनै प्रकारको violence भयो भने they don't go and ask for help with anyone. Okay, भनेपछि 66% मा चाहिँ भनेपछि it is majority of the females, they never complain about this kind of violence. So तर अर्को सर्वेमा हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ even if they don't go and ask for help, हैन मलाई चाहिँ यस्तो कारणको हिंसा भइराछ भनेर कम्प्लेन नगरे पनि 75% of those females who went through this violence went and seek for the health service. भनेपछि हामी मेडिकल जो हामी सर्भिस प्रोभाइडर्स हौ हामीले चाहिँ हामी भट्टामा चाहिँ आएर ठोकिदो रहेछ यस्तो फिमेल्सहरु. दे डिडन्ट कम विथ द हेल्प लाइक मैले कुटाइ खाएँ वा मलाई यस्तो हिंसा भयो मलाई हेल्प गर्नुस् भनेर चाहिँ आउँदैन रहेछ. अरु नै प्रकारको जस्तो मलाई यो रोग लाइक मेनी अफ द केसेस वेयर of psychiatric evaluation was required. They didn't say that I am getting violated from this kind of violence, but they came with other causes. भनेपछि जो चाहिँ healthy females who are not aware of violence भन्दा compared to them, the one who were going through the violence were the one who took the health services more. But not by saying that they are the victims of violence. They just came to health service provider for other causes. Like many of them had too many somatic complaints. When I was just medical officer and OPDs I was a medical officer in Patton Hospital 15 years back as well. So they had a कति जस्तो यहाँ मेल ओपीडी छुट्टै फिमेल ओपीडी छुट्टै छ हैन. सो व्हेनेभर लाइक मेल ओपीडी मा गयो भने चाहिँ दे ह्याड कम्प्लेन्ट्स लाइक हुन्छ नि मेल्सहरुको चाहिँ मलाई 2 दिन ज्वरो आयो 3 दिनसम्म भयो मलाई खोकी लाग्यो. द सिम्पटम्स वर भेरी स्पेसिफिक. ल यो रहेछ ल भाइरल रहेछ युआरटीआई भनेर वी डायग्नोज देम एन्ड वी युज टु सेन्ड देम विथ मेडिकेशन्स. तर फिमेल ओपीडी मा गयो कि एउटा फिमेल आएपछि तपाईलाई के भएको छ भनेर सोध्ने बित्तिकै मेरो टाउको झमझमाको 20 वर्ष भयो, यो कोखोमा दुखेको के रे एउटा गोला यताबाट उता हिँडेको 15 वर्ष भयो, मेरो औलामा झमझमाको यति भयो, म 10 वर्ष अगाडि लडेको त्यहाँदेखि मेरो यो घुडाको यतापट्टि किटी गरेको 12 वर्ष भयो. They had so many vague complaints and I used to get so irritated के किन यस्तो हुन्छ मेल्समा. दे आर सो डिरेक्ट अबाउट देयर सिम्पटम्स. अनि मलाई चाहिँ एकदमै त्यो कुरा सुन्दै आई युज टु गेट एजिटेटेड हैन. त्यति बेला आई वाज अनम्यारिड एज वेल हैन. अनि त्यो सबै त्यो म्यारिड वुमेनहरुको त्यो सिम्पटम्स टु मेनी सिम्पटम्स. अनि सो आई युज टु राइट टु मेनी सोम्याटिक कम्प्लेन्ट्स रिफरल टु साइकियाट्रिक भनेर पठाइदिहाल्थे. आई नेभर थट द्याट वाज द रेड फ्ल्याग साइन. Okay, so any woman who goes through any form of violence, they don't directly complain about it. So त्यो जुन complaints हरु छ उनीहरुले चाहिँ आफ्नै जीवमा थुपारेर they were trying to seek the help, right? And I didn't know that until and unless I joined the forensic medicine. So त्यति बेलाको यो जब म I became the tutor of this gender based violence cases हरुको लागि चाहिँ मैले जस्तै I give trainings to the medical officers हैन in NHTC. यस्तो बेलामा जब म आफै ट्युटर हुनको लागि जुन ट्रेनिङ्सहरु लिएपछि बल्ल मलाई थाहा पाएँ कि these are the red flag signs. Womenले चाहिँ they don't directly sought for help. So 75% of the women who came for the health service and the health service provider like us, if we cannot see such red flag signs, she is going to be victim again and again. So that was what was taught by the experience of mine, right? So हामीले तपाईहरु पनि पछि पेरिफेरिजमा or सेन्ट्रलमै आउँदाखेरि फिमेल्सहरु यस्तो too many somatic complaintsहरु जुन चाहिँ भेग हुन्छ त्यस्तो लिएर आयो भने चाहिँ it is a red flag sign that she is experiencing some kind of violence, right? So we have to be very careful while examining such cases. Okay. Now you say so you say Women and Children Service Directorial, you say crime statistics of police. यसमा हेर्दा चाहिँ majority of the violence were of domestic violence. यो चाहिँ कुन केसहरु कति रिपोर्टिङ गरे जस्तै अबोर्सन, फोर्स अबोर्सन देखि लिएर रेपको केसेसहरु, अटेम्प्ट टु रेप एन्ड ट्राफिकिङ हैन, यिनीहरुकोमा चाहिँ म्याक्सिमम वेयर अफ डोमेस्टिक violence. Okay, this is your statistics every year ko fiscal year ko statistics. So every reporting is increasing year by year. Okay, देख्नु भएको छ नि हैन. Obviously हाम्रो पाटन एकाडेमी अफ हेल्थ साइन्सेसमा है सेक्सुअल भाइलेन्स को केसमा है यो चाहिँ सेक्सुअल असल्टमा जुनमा हामीले एक्जामिन गर्छौं त्यसमा चाहिँ मेजोरिटी अफ द केसेस वेयर फ्रम 1 to 19 years. चाहिँ म्याक्सिमम भनेपछि यो जुन प्री एडोलेसेन्स र एडोलेसेन्स फेज छ यति बेला चाहिँ म्याक्सिमम केसेस अफ सेक्सुअल भाइलेन्स वाज सीन है. सो यो अब किन चाहिँ यसमा देखेछ यो टार्गेटेड ग्रुपमा हैन, बिकज यति बेलै हो जहिले चाहिँ विदाउट द गार्जियनशिप समटाइम्स द चिल्ड्रेन मे गेट के त डेभिएटेड हैन. आफ्नो जस्तै अब साथीहरुले भनेको कुरामा धेरै पत्यार लाग्ने फेज पनि हुन्छ हैन, आफ्नो बाबाआमाले भनेको चाहिँ जे कुरा पनि गलत लाग्ने. सो यस्तो फेजमा चाहिँ दिस पीपल क्यान बी इजिली म्यानिपुलेटेड हैन. सो मेनी अफ द सेक्सुअल भाइलेन्स वर सीन इन दिस एज ग्रुप. ओके, compared to other age group. So dynamics of sexual violence मा चाहिँ we have a myth that rape is committed by the strangers, but majority अहिले पनि यो जुन हाम्रो till 2078 सम्म पनि less than 1% is from the strangers. Otherwise main those victims are victimized by their own आफ्नै रिलेटिभ्स बाट हैन, नेबर्स बाट, आफ्नै इम्प्लोइ सँगै काम गर्ने कोलिग्सहरुबाट. They were affected by their own and the ones who they know and they feel comfortable with rather than the strangers. Okay, so यसमा देखाइएको अनुसार चाहिँ maximum were neighbors and relatives है. स्ट्रेन्जर्स चाहिँ जम्मा त्यतिवटामा लेस देन जम्मा दुईटा केस मात्रै हामीले गरेको ओभरअल केसमा जस्ट 2% were only seen among the 2 cases only seen in strangers. Otherwise all were from their owns है. जस्तो नानीहरुमा पनि छिमेकीले हैन, अनि आफ्नै बाउले दाइले. अहिले भर्खरै रिसेन्टली हामीले हेरेको केस छ. शी इज 16 years old हैन, and she was sexually assaulted by her own brother हैन. बाउआमा चाहिँ बाहिर काम गर्न गएको बेलामा उसलाई चाहिँ 10 वर्षको हुँदाखेरिदेखि उसको दाइले चाहिँ यो हामी खेलौं है भाँडाकुटी भन्दै sexually उसलाई चाहिँ penile penetration गरेर now she got pregnant है last असोजमा पनि गरेको भएर last incident occurred on असोज दशैंको बेलामा भएको रहेछ now she is 17 weeks pregnant है अब उसको लागि चाहिँ अब त्यो incest को चाहिँ उलाई कानुन लाग्छ but अब abortion गर्न को लागि सबै examination गरेको she had some kind of condition which led to thrombocytopenia है त्यही भएर चाहिँ त्यो करेक्ट नगरेसम्म चाहिँ बिचरालाई she is lean and thin anemic छ त्यो करेक्ट नगरेसम्म abortion गर्न नमिल्ने जस्तो भएर चाहिँ we are taking care of her and we have given custody to the some organization किनकि उसको बाउआमाले अब दाइले त्यस्तो गरेको बाउआमाले पनि अब लुकाउन खोजेको देखेर चाहिँ now guardianship has been changed and she is under one organization and the organization through say we are trying to treat her right so यस्तो cases it's more frequent among our own known ones than the strangers okay so it's very like our society is going towards some heinous crimes than the safe environment so sex is the primary motivation for rape भन्ने हुन्छ है तर in most of the cases the perpetrator wants to feel the power and his anger is the dominant part right? They want to control that victim right just so I have the power तैले यस्तो गरिनस् अब म तँलाई यस्तो गर्छु भन्ने खाले anger चाहिँ main part चाहिँ in many of the perpetrators we saw that they want to have power over the because females are quite weaker most of the time they are weaker in strength they are weaker than the male and the male has that the feels of power they want to feel that power and they want to like okay you are the weakest and I am the strongest one is a control or power चाहिएको भएर चाहिँ they try to overpower the weakest ones okay त्यसैले नै women ask for it by the way they dress or behave अझै पनि अब जस्तो कस्तो ठुलो renowned जस्तो पाकिस्तानदेखि लिएर कस्तो कस्तो कन्ट्रीको लिडर्सहरुले के भन्छ त यो चाहिँ केटीको लुगा लगाइले गर्दा नि केटाहरु चाहिँ उत्प्रेरित they get के भन्छ they get that feeling to rape the females रे हैन त्यस्तो भनेर चाहिँ even कस्तो renowned leadersहरुले समेत they have given comments हैन it all depends upon the dress भने it does not depend upon the dress or behavior of the female त्यस्तो हुने भए चाहिँ एउटा 6 महिनाको बच्चीको रेप हुँदैन थियो होला okay so I have seen the case 6 महिना हैन मैले हेरेको सबभन्दा सानो भनेको 9 महिनाको हैन उसको पुरै पेरिनियम पुरै च्यातेर all those abdominal contents intestines they were coming out from her anus त्यसरी penile penetration she was just wearing diaper if it was all about the dresses this way the burqa laउने ठाउँमा त कहिले the maximum number of rapes occur in such environment where the female does not show any part of her body even then she is getting raped gang raped so it is never about the dress it's all about the thinking of the perpetrator को सोचाइले गर्दाखेरि उसले चाहिँ he thinks that the female is not a human she is just an object to either feel the part of what the perpetrator is feeling उसको चाहिँ त्यो उसले सोचिरहेको चीज पूरा गर्ने एउटा object मात्रै if female is objectified नत्र त्यस्तो if it was all about the dress मैले हेरेको 9 महिनाको बच्चीको रेप हुँदैन थियो होला because she was just wearing a diaper and a cloth she was not wearing a mini skirt to provoke the male right? So it's all about the thinking of the perpetrator it's not about how the female dresses up right? It's all about what the perception the perpetrator is taking, right? It's not about female लुगा नत्र भने त्यो डाइपर लाको फुच्चीको किन रेप हुन्थ्यो हैन अर्को मैले हेरेको जस्ट मैले एक्जामिन गरेर एभिडेन्स कलेक्ट गरेको 5 इयर फिमेल उसको जेनाइटलबाट त्यो लट्ठीहरु छिराइएको थियो है when she was brought from the Mohotari ki Sarlai, I forgot the this place. I think it was Sarlai बाट होला. So त्यसबाट आएको त्यो नानीको she died after 4 days. She was just 5 years old. हैन आफ्नै घर नजिकैको नेभरले चाहिँ जंगलमा लगेर he did the most heinous things है लौरी पनि छिराको थियो उसको जेनाइटल्स बाट ढुंगा छिराको थियो लास्टमा उसले न्याकेर मार्न खोज्दा कसैको मान्छेको आवाज सुनेर that perpetrator ran away पछि he के भन्छ captivated उसलाई पछि समात्यो he was caught he was the neighbor of that female हैन चकलेट खुवाउँछु भनेर चाहिँ म तिमीलाई चकलेट खुवाउँछु भनेर फकाएर लगेर and she died after 5 days यस्तो heinous if it was all about the dress up हैन त्यस्तो बच्चीहरु चाहिँ they would never have been victimized. Okay, so it is not about the dress, it's all about the thinking of that perpetrator. Okay, so हाम्रो चाहिँ thinking के छ त rape involves a great deal of physical violence and the use of weapon and leaves obvious signs of injury. So in most of the cases हामीले हेरेकोमा पनि most 70% of the cases ma there are no any injuries. Okay, मान्छेहरु चाहिँ injuries छैन भने चाहिँ it's fake भन्छ no किनकि many of the people many of the victims are victimized by threats हैन तैले अब कसैलाई भन् त म पख न तलाई यस्तो गर्छु so in such cases अनि they are afraid to resist हैन so that's why injuries may not be seen but mentally those females are victimized more right physical injury नभए नि mentally they are very much destroyed है जस्तै आफ्नै बाबाले एउटा मैले गरेको केसमा 9 वर्षको उमेरदेखि उसको बाउले नै के भन्दो रहेछ भन्दा यो whatever I do to you हैन तँलाई अरु बाबाले छोरीलाई यस्तै गर्ने हो घरमा कोही नभएको बेलामा चाहिँ her father used to say that whatever I am doing to you is normal यो चाहिँ बाबाले छोरीलाई यस्तै गर्ने हो भन्दै he had been sexually assaulting his daughter अनि पछि जब उ ठुलो हुँदै गयो अनि 15 years old भएपछि उले स्कुलमा साथीहरुको सँग कुरा गर्दा यता गर्दा बुझ्यो कि whatever was happening to her was not right अहिलेसम्म त बाउले त के भन्यो यो यस्तै हो बाउले छोरीलाई नै गर्ने यस्तो भन्ने उसले बुझिरा थियो so she was thinking that everything what is happening to her is normal तर जब साथीहरुसँग socialize गर्न थालेपछि she knew that whatever her father was doing to her was wrong and so she committed suicide हैन by hanging herself तर उसले suicide note लेखेको थियो हैन पहिला बाबाले मलाई चाहिँ यति 2 क्लास देखि चाहिँ यस्तो गरिराको थियो बाबाले चाहिँ यो सबै ठीक हो भनेर भन्नुभयो तर मैले मेरो साथीहरुबाट थाहा पाए कि बाबाले मलाई जे गरिराको त्यो गर्नु हुँदैन रहेछ बाबाको नानी मेरो पेटमा बोक्नु भन्दा अगाडि नै म चाहिँ किनकि मलाई थाहा छ मैले भनेको कसैले पत्याउँदैन त्यही भएर बाबाको नानी बोक्नु भन्दा म मर्न तयार छु भनेर she wrote that letter and committed suicide so this is just one example okay so त्यो केसमा पनि there were no any injuries है but अब उसको hymen त it was not intact but त्यो बाहेकको अरु कुनै बडीमा इन्जुरी छैन so that does not mean that rape did not occur okay also बुझिरहनु भएको छ नि है you there कोही हुनुहुन्छ
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. अब further अरू चाहिँ next class मा I will continue है त.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye, ma'am.
Bye.